Hello and welcome back to another video. We are going to be doing the August favourites today. So I started this series last month with the July favourites, and it is just a little bit of a video, a quick one, kind of showing what my favourites are for this month. So it can be art related, so it can be a book that I'm looking at or a supply I'm using, etc. So that's what we're going to be delving into today. There's not tons this month, purely because we were away on holiday, as I've probably mentioned far too many times, but it was a very much well needed break, and I keep talking about it because I basically just sat and did art every single day in my sketchbook, and it was really nice to just do some art for myself, not have to film loads of it. Like I did little 1 minute clips here and there for the travel vlog, but other than that it was all artwork for myself, which I'm, you know, sometimes you need to have that break. So yeah, it's very limited, the supplies, just purely because I took a certain amount away with me, and it's 2 weeks out of a whole month, which is half the month. So I've not used tons outside of those supplies, but I have a few things here and there that I've been using that I've been really enjoying. One of which, and is the key thing and overlaps with last month's, is the Yetee sketchbook. I can't rant and rave about this sketchbook enough. It is just perfect. The watercolour paper is hot pressed inside, it's smooth, so it's perfect for pencils, it's perfect for inks, for watercolours, for paints, everything. And I've just been really enjoying working on this, and like I say, I worked on this sketchbook every day. Some days obviously we're working on the same piece of artwork, so I've not got 2 weeks worth of artwork in here, but I've just been working on it a lot, and I would say I'm 2/3 of the way through this sketchbook now, so I'm hoping to finish it very soon. But it's very good. The only drawback I would say is that it has a white cover. I think someone mentioned in a comment on my travel vlog video that they wish it was a black cover, and I agree. I mean, I love that this is kind of customizable, but maybe have a black option, because I don't know, I liked the fact that I was leaving this white and it's got the Yetee logo on it, and I really like that. But I am going to have to do something on this to cover up all the dirty grotty marks on it. It's just paint and stuff that I've got on from my fingers, just from opening it up and stuff. And I think that is the only downside to this sketchbook. But if you'd like to see a video where I customise this sketchbook front cover and back, please let me know in the comments below and we will arrange something for that. But that is my first favourites for this month. So like I mentioned, I took a lot of supplies away with me, and so I kind of just exclusively used those for most of the month, one of which was actually the Arteza real brush pens. So these are watercolour brush pens, and they have kind of, I don't know if I can get that to show on camera, but these are all separate bristles. Oh, there we go, all separate bristles. So it's really nice, and it mimics watercolours, and then I can use a watercolour brush to kind of blend the colours, etc. And I've been really enjoying these. I think I have a pack of 36. I received them for Christmas one year, and I've kind of had them and not really used them. And I took a few colours just because I didn't want to take my whole box away, but I took probably 12 colours away with me, and I chose, you know, sandy colours, blues, and some greens, because I thought that covers sea, sand and greenery, and that's kind of exclusively what I used. But I'm really excited to kind of delve in and do some abstract artwork and maybe some impressionism, just, you know, doing something but in more colour than it actually is. I think I'd really enjoy doing that. I've done that in the past and I've been exploring it a little bit lately, and I think these are really good. They blend really well. The colour spectrum within the Arteza set is really good, and they're really, really cost effective. I do have some Zig watercolour brushes that look exactly like this, but are a lot more expensive, and they're lovely, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed them. I received them in a squirrel box, but when I looked at the price of a pack, it was just not for me, and so I asked for these Arteza for Christmas, and that's what I got. And they have just been a very nice pop of colour, or addition to when I'm using watercolours and I don't have a specific colour or blend, I don't know, but they have been really, really nice to use. Highly recommend those. Along the same colour, I don't know how I managed to match the colour up here, is a Daler-Rowney FW acrylic ink. Now, I love the acrylic inks in general, but I'm specifically talking about this colour. It is the Purple Lake colour, and I think this was a limited edition or some sort of exclusive edition colour, and it is absolutely stunning. I don't know whether the camera is picking up how beautiful it is, but I did an inking for the travel vlog in this colour. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. And it's just it's such a beautiful colour. It's deep enough to add shadow and that contrast between light and dark, but it's also adding that pop of colour, which I've been really, really enjoying. So that is just it's the colour that I'm wanting to say is my favourite rather than the ink. I mean, the inks are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but to go with that is actually this dip pen. Now, I toyed with including this into the favourites purely because it doesn't have a brand on it. I don't know where it came from. I think I may have been given it by a friend or something along those lines, but it has no branding. So if you know what brand this ink pen is, please let me know. But it has a nib like this that you can pop in here, so it's really good for traveling. You're not going to snap your nib off, but it is such a fine little dip pen, and I've been really, really enjoying just scrolling with it. I've been doing it for the last year now. I think I've been scrolling with this, and you know what, it's probably my favourite thing to scroll with. And I know that's a bit controversial considering I use my glass dip pen so much, but this, it's just I don't know, it feels a bit more natural rather than an expensive item, and sometimes it splatters ink, and I really like that effect that it creates. It's a bit more rustic, and I really like that. So if you do know what brand this is, I'd love to get more of them, so please let me know in the comments below if you do know. But that is another favourite of mine. So lastly, in terms of actual mediums as a supply, are actually these Winsor & Newton pigment markers. Now, I bought these, I think I bought these when I used to live in Halifax, so that was 3 houses before this one, I think, or 2 houses before this one. And I bought it in a haul. I'll try and link it up here if I can find the haul. But I got a set of 10, I think, whilst Cowling Wilcox had a sale on. And I kind of bought them on a whim because they were cheap. I didn't really know what they were for. They weren't alcohol markers, but they're also not paint markers. They're a kind of weird mix. I can't really explain them, but I've been really enjoying using them. So I created an impressionism piece of a shepherd's hut when I was away. It's over on my Instagram at LucyLocksArt, and I created a very colourful impressionistic piece of this shepherd's hut that we stayed in, and I used these over some acrylic paint to add more pops of colour and some contrast, and they were beautiful, especially this white. So it was so opaque, which I wasn't expecting because, like I say, it's not a paint pen, but it's also not an alcohol marker. But we have a chisel nib on one end, and we have a fine bullet nib, so there's no brush nib, which is a shame, but they are really vibrant, they're really good, and I don't know, I've just been really enjoying exploring them, and I think I'm going to explore them a little bit further because I think the last time I tried them, which is why I've not used them for so long, I just couldn't get them to blend. I don't know, they dried too quickly, but I'm going to see whether I can use them a bit more. But I have used them a few times this month just doing impressionistic pieces, and they've been really, really nice to work with. So if you enjoy doing, you know, scribbles of colour and, you know, well, impressionism, like I keep saying, then you will enjoy using these. They go over pencil, they go over paint, everything. They are just wonderful to work with, and I think you can use them on multiple surfaces as well, so don't hold me to that though. But yes, I think these are a very good supply, and I'm excited to continue using them. And then on to 2 supplies that they're not mediums, so they're not paints or anything, but they have been very handy this month. Now, the first one is actually clips. So I've got a bulldog clip, and they've been, don't know what this clip's called, but I know this is a bulldog clip. But these have been really good for holding open my sketchbook when I've been trying to paint something and I don't want to have to keep flapping it open and stuff. But it's also really handy for holding, you know, like my Viviva colour sheets to my sketchbook or something along those lines. They're just really handy to have, and I've been really using them a lot more this month. Just in general, I have a multitude of sizes, and I highly recommend having these if you don't have them, because it is very handy. The only thing I will say is if you are clamping over your open your sketchbook to do some artwork, just be aware that that is there, so you're going to have that white mark, so just take it off if you want to colour in some colour. But they're very handy, and just a little addition to this video of something that I've been using quite a lot. And then lastly, I made a friend on Instagram, Artistically Tori, and she is now selling at the same markets that I sell at every month, and she's been churning out some absolutely beautiful products with her artwork on, one of which is this washi tape, and I bought it at the stall and it's absolutely beautiful. Hold on, let me open this up. Maybe I'll stick some B-roll over this section, but let me open it up anyway. It's absolutely beautiful artwork, very mystical and misty trees, and oh, just a beautiful artwork. And I've been using this a lot lately. I used it in the scroll box video, in the last video, and I've just been really enjoying it. So that is the last supply for this month's favourites. Just a quick thing to add on the end here, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I am updating my shop with a few Halloweeny bits from my miniatures side of the business, so please go and check those out. There's some pumpkins, some witches and some ghosts. I will also be making some cards soon to put onto the website, so please stay tuned for that. And then finally, the schedule for videos has gone back to 2 videos a week. We will be doing Tuesdays and Fridays, I believe. So Tuesdays will be a bigger video, and then Fridays will be little videos like favourites, vlogs, maybe acrylic pours as little quicker videos. So I hope that you can stick around and watch those. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up if you've enjoyed. Comment down below if you've used any of these supplies and whether you enjoy them. And I'll see you in the next video.